1 2 1 2. Can you? Oh my god! I've just been talking for the last 3 minutes, and the microphone wasn't working. It should be the first thing that I check every time. Welcome everybody. I was. I'll have to re-say everything that I was saying for the last 3 minutes. Basically, a little bit late because I set the time for 16. Oh no! Wait, did I set it for the right time? Maybe I did. I'm a mess today. It's the weekend. I'm very tired. Let me just see what time I actually set it for. Maybe it was 16:15 out of habit. Ah, yeah, grand. So like a few minutes early, but the recording will be there if people want to check out the recording. All right, welcome everybody. So it's day 105. I haven't streamed since Monday. Was the last one that I streamed. So as usual, a lot to catch up on. Mostly good news, to be honest, and yeah, plenty to catch up on. So let me dive into it, I guess. First of all, there's a few small things, I suppose. The main thing is, I'm calling this small, this is major. It's fantastic. A new all-time high again. So we've been seeing a run for the last 3 weeks where Saturday and Sunday for the last 3 weeks we've hit all-time highs. And we actually started yesterday this time, started a little bit early, so we hit an all-time high yesterday on Friday. And then we just hit another one a few minutes ago, which was 255. So that's great. Sorry, 250. So yeah, we're a quarter of a way to a million, which is phenomenal, I think. Especially if we look back in time, I should really zoom out here. Yep. When I look at this chart, I know I see Michael listening on Telegram. We were telling people for such a long time here. Let me see, how much time is that exactly? That's it's about probably the 16th of February until 23rd of March, 22nd of March, we'll say. So it's like basically for a full month we were telling people you should have a look at this chart. You should have a look at this token. This product is going to be really good. And as you can see from then, we've had these nice little leg ups to where we are today, which is pretty phenomenal. Really, really good growth. So for this reason, since we're still on Pump Fun at the moment, still have a Pump Fun token, I've been hounding all of the Pump Fun accounts on X, telling them to take a look at us, because they're regularly saying something is up 10% today, something is up 18%, and of course we're smashing that. So I would like them to take notice of us, and of course as well from the perspective of the Pump Fun Hackathon, since that is still running, I want them to take a look at us too. Because some of the winners initially earlier on for sure were around this market cap, to be honest. So it is not out of the bounds at all to possibly win the last slot on the Pump Fun Hackathon. Let's see. So other news then, the main little things this week that I've done since Monday have been trying to get verified here. So this helps with the labels that are on Phantom Wallet. So I've added verification here, submitted that. It's a little bit slow, so I think I'll probably do the upgrade and just then you get it within 24 hours, and you get, I think, 2 opportunities to make adjustments to it if you don't get it, but I don't see why we wouldn't. The other small thing I did just there a few minutes ago is Pump Fun are doing another big push in relation to communities. I'm very skeptical, to be honest. This is in relation to the fact that X has shut down the X community feature, and to be honest, I never really thought much of it anyway, so I'm not sure that this is going to do much better. The only advantage it has is that it's actually integrated inside Pump Fun, like built into it. So yeah, if you're interested, I've shared this in our Telegram group. I can share it on X as well. If you're interested to join it, join away. I don't think it'll be that important, to be honest. I just don't think, can't really see it being that successful. Apart from that, let's have a quick look here on our Jira board. So I was hoping to show you more here today because I've actually built an agent. People who tune into a lot of these streams in the past will know that I use a lot of agentic development. This is where you're using AI agents to help you build, and I've actually built out a team. Let me just count how many there is at the minute, actually. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 agents now working together in a team, and I built a new one this week, which is an operations agent, so like a delivery and operations agent. The idea is to help me with managing the other agents. Now that I have 9 agents, this one is meant to sit as a layer, an orchestration layer that controls the other agents somewhat and assists me. And the other thing I did was I gave it access to this Jira board. So I was hoping that this would be populated with loads of up-to-date stuff from what's actually happening, because like I've just been manually creating these tasks here on the Upscalp Jira board. And my hope was that that would be automated based on what we're actually building right now, but it hasn't worked so far. But the good news here, I guess, is to say, for anyone who missed it, the CMC submission is in. The grant application for Super Team Ireland is in. So that is a Solana Foundation grant that's administered through Super Team Ireland. So I've applied for that. Put in some pretty realistic milestones, I think, for it. The kind of things that I put in the milestones were looking at a rebrand, because I think I built the brand, to be honest. I built what is there on the website at the minute, the logo, the messaging has all been me, but I have noticed that I've seen a bunch of other, especially in the Coliseum Hackathon, projects that use, say, like the same color scheme or the same website design, because they probably built their website using Claude as well. So a rebrand, I think, to something more professional, more trustworthy, more professionally built, to be honest, I think is a really good idea. So that's in the proposal to Super Team Ireland. We have integration with the new Solana native perps venues. That's things like Phoenix Trade, Jupiter Perps, Flash Trade, and Imperial Trade. So those 4 in particular I put in the proposal, mostly because Solana has been pushing Phoenix Trade the most and also pushing Flash Trade a bit. So because Solana themselves are pushing those 2, I added them. Jupiter, because it's so enormous, it's such a prominent player, although their perp side and in particular their API integrations are not so hot at the minute. They're still in beta there. And Imperial Trade, just again because I'm actually talking to them and they're very developer friendly and they have good resources for developers. So that's the reason that I included them as the 4th. So that's in the proposal as well. I have also migration, because I know I'm streaming on Pump Fun right now, and I've entered in the Pump Fun hackathon, but genuinely it seems people have very little faith in Pump Fun associated contracts. So the fact that our Upscalp token contract has pump at the end is a very strong negative for a lot of people who may otherwise invest in the token. So because of that, I've been talking to people, getting advice about migrating, because I think just do a straight migration, get off this contract as soon as possible, really. Oh, the other side is that I didn't even realize until lately, but I was chatting to a few people and I didn't realize that Pump Fun takes such an enormous cut of the transaction fees. So it's something like 70-30. So I only get 30% of the transaction fees. So again, that's far from ideal, especially when we get volume. That's money that I could be using to put back into the chart, for example, or to pay for things that the project needs. So that's a waste. So it's another very, very strong reason to do it. So that's in the proposal as well. And I put marketing into the proposal as well, because again, that's a side that I would prefer to delegate to someone else, because it's not really my strength and it's not something I'm interested in. I want to be building. I want to be doing founder stuff, doing founder shit, being the person who leads out the project, being the face of it, going on spaces. So I prefer to do that and leave like the nuts and bolts marketing to someone who I'd hire. So again, that's in the proposal as well. I think, was there one other thing? There may have been one other element, but I think I put 5 milestones into the proposal basically. So that's submitted now as well. The other thing there that I moved into the done was this one here. I was telling people on Monday that before all the hackathons, I had a few agent processes set up to do automated research on futures trading, just to look for the latest information, the latest best practice, the latest academic research. And I did an enormous version of that this week, so it took like 3.5 days, and I'm currently working through the findings of that at the moment. Found a few interesting things in relation to how I manage my data, for sure. I found a few gaps in the data. So in other words, new attributes or new factors that I should be measuring that will help me to improve the reliability and performance of the bots. That was really, really good. And then still continuing to see if there's any of that research that I can apply directly to the strategies themselves. So that takes a lot longer. So I'm actually still working on that. That's what, 6 days later. I started the research 7 days later. It was Saturday last week I began it. Great. And still waiting on Coliseum Hackathon. That was submitted as well last week. The side tracks I think have closed, so I'm still waiting kind of on the main one. So no word back from that, but I'm not too bothered with it really. This is my first year doing it. It was really just for the experience, which was wonderful. Really, really great experience, and I can highly recommend to any builders out there who want to build on Solana to enter one of the Coliseum Hackathons. Contact your local super team and get support from them. If your country has a super team, join them. Super teams are the grassroots incubators of the Solana Foundation. Join one. Fabulous support, and really in particular in relation to the hackathons, very, very great, very, very good support and resources in relation to that. What we're currently doing at the moment, was there anything else? Yeah, so we're still in beta testing with the API bot. That's going very, very well, I think. So we're currently integrated with 5 platforms, I think it is. Binance, Hyperliquid, KuCoin, BitGet, and Bybit. Those 5 initially. And Binance working extremely well, Hyperliquid getting there, KuCoin getting there as well, and the other 2, BitGet and Bybit, still having issues with integration, so still working on that. The other good thing is that users in the private beta are starting to see trades, and they're starting to see profitable trades as well, so that's really, really encouraging. And then the second task there is what I'm still working on. So I think initially we made a list of about 12 platforms. It included other ones like Gate, for example, was another one that was on the list. And then wallets like Zerion and Phantom, which also have the ability to connect to a product like Upscalp. So they're down the line as well. The main reason we were targeting those wallets is, again, just for mass adoption, mass visibility. We don't really want mass adoption, but we want a lot of visibility because that attracts people towards the product. Yeah, we've had a lot of discussions about that in the premium holders group as well lately. Like, this isn't the product that's going to have millions of users ever. It's going to be hundreds or thousands of users, really, and that's perfect. That's absolutely ideal. It is a high value boutique product. It is a niche product. It's a product for people who really want to earn passive income, and they're willing to pay for it. So for the folks who got in early, I think they're getting an amazing deal, an absolutely incredible deal for the folks who got their 0.5% or their 1% initially now at this point. Yeah, they're going to be very happy that they did in the future, I think, with the way things are looking at the minute. I'm actually going to move this into testing. So the other thing I was doing is I built another agent to help me building the Upscalp Help Center, so like a knowledge-based agent. And that's done quite well, but sorry, I should open it really to give you a look at the new Help Center. Which one is it? This one. So yeah, it's looking good. It's getting there. The content is still a bit AI-ish, so I have had to do some manual editing as well, but this should hopefully get more and more useful for people who are diving into Upscalp for the first time. There is no information about the private beta yet, which is automated trading. So we haven't got that here yet, but I will be adding guides for that soon, especially since I'd say we'll be going to general access with the private beta bot within the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'd say. We're just kind of working out the small little bugs now at this point, and yeah, making sure that everybody's making money from it basically as well. So really, really good there. So the Upscalp Help Center, upscalp.gitbook.io is where it's at. If you want to read about it, get some help. And I added sections like, for example, let me just find the new section that we added. Like this was a question on, I did an AMA with TASHub with Mystic Crypto as host on TASHub on Wednesday. And he asked me a question about this. How does Upscalp determine volatility, or how does it analyze volatility? And it uses a traffic light system that classes them into green when conditions are favorable, yellow when conditions are not so great, and red when conditions are really not good for futures trading, when you want to avoid trading. So Mystic Crypto asked me a question, how does it actually work? And it was, what, nearly 11 p.m. my time at that point, and I just totally flubbed the question. Didn't do a great job, so then I thought, let's make it public. Let's actually write down a public article that explains exactly how it works without giving away secrets or anything like that, or IP, or the actual technical detail about how it does it. So I created this one to explain how the traffic light system looks at, like the kind of things it looks at rather. This is exactly what I really needed on the AMA. So the kind of metrics that it actually uses, the metrics that it looks at, and then it combines it with Upscalp's own data, like the analysis of how the strategies themselves are doing and the setups are doing. So yeah, that's the kind of example of what's here in the Upscalp Help Center, if you're interested in checking it out. So let's see, was there anything else on the board then? No, this is still, I'm actually going to move this one back to do because I haven't begun it yet. That's the Phantom integration and referral links. I'm going to move that back as well. This one is actually done. Can move that over there. So I need to populate this by the time we do our next live stream on Monday. I should have a bunch more things that I'm actually doing here at the moment. So what I'm actually doing really, the kind of thing that's in progress at the minute is the more exchanges. So that was here, or more venues rather, futures venues, applying the massive automated research that I did, and then I got a few other little tweaks like we did. I set up a bunch of experiments in my own version of the API bot, which is, sorry, our Upscalp automated trading bot, Upscalp Auto, should be the name I think now. And I have my own version of it for testing, and I've been running a few test paper trade lanes in it, and totally forgot about it. And then someone asked a question about it today, and I remembered I had them running, and I had a look, and some in particular are extremely profitable. So I'm looking at taking that work, validating it to make sure it's actually accurate, and then if it is, I'll be integrating it into the product very soon, this evening or tomorrow, depending on how fast I can get the research done. So yeah, things are looking very, very up there, to be honest. Looking really, really good. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Not much, just still trying to look for connections to the perps venues in Solana. So I've contacted 2 of them, and I'll definitely be looking to get in touch with the others as well. Oh yeah, and I've actually been in touch with Jupiter as well through they have a developer Discord. So I've been chatting to them there as well. And in particular with Jupiter, the issue is their API infrastructure is underdeveloped at the minute. It's still in beta, so that'll be last on my list, I would say, because I'm waiting for them to actually publicly release a proper API key method there and access to their data. So that's pretty much it. I don't think there's much else really. I'm just going to have a look here, see if there were any questions. Let's just see. Nope, no questions there. Let's just have a quick look. Telegram. No questions there either. Just people celebrating that we broke 250k, which is a pretty great milestone, to be fair. It is really encouraging to see. Let me just see. No, nothing on Pump either. That's grand. That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up there and get back to work, basically, I think. Everything's looking very, very good. Really looking up. Lots to see happening on the chart, in the product itself, on social media. Really hitting a new level of activity, I think, everywhere, which is very, very encouraging. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. As I always say, I appreciate it so much. It's a Saturday and people are tuning in and giving their time to me to listen to me. All I can say is thanks for that. I appreciate it so much that you're tuning in. Fingers crossed you're excited and interested in the updates that I've shared today. And I should probably chat to you again. I think on Monday is probably when I have the next